Welcome to the floor of the Caesars Superdome. I am Todd Graffagnini. This is Erin Summers. Preseason game number 1 is in the books. The New Orleans Saints with a 26-24 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. As Blake Grupe, a 31-yard walk-off field goal to win it for New Orleans. It was a very roller coaster type of game, Erin. The Saints were able to make the plays at the end and prevail. Here's head coach Dennis Allen.
Look, it's good to get a win. I thought our first units, both offensively and defensively, really came out strong and played well. It was good to see, the offense, first drive of the game, take it right down the field, 11 plays, get a touchdown. Obviously with a few new pieces, it was good to see Derek out there. It was good to see Mike get a catch across the middle, so there were some good things that happened there. I thought our second series offensively, again, we were able to take the ball down the field and get points. And then really, honestly, I thought it kind of went downhill from there. I don't think we executed very well for a good chunk of the game. And then, obviously there at the end with the kind of 2-minute drive, and then we get the takeaway there at the end of the game to seal it.
Well, Erin, I don't think you could have a better debut as a quarterback with their first action as a New Orleans Saint than Derek Carr. He was simply outstanding today.
Derek Carr moved the ball down the field very efficiently. He was 6 of 8. He found receivers. He found Alvin Kamara as a receiver. He handed it off to Alvin Kamara. They were doing it lots of different ways. Ended his first drive as a Saint with a touchdown. Here's Derek Carr.
It felt good. Felt efficient. It was nice to get a couple situations in there and get third down. Get some red zone and all that stuff. Because they don't tell us like how much we're going to play and all that. So to get a couple situations in there, and then throughout the game to talk through things with Pete and certain situations and things like that in a game time scenario. It was good. It was a lot of fun. Love being on this side of things in the dome. I can get used to this place. It was a lot of fun.
I just thought he was in control, poised, kind of the way you would want your quarterback to operate the offense. Did a nice job stepping up in the pocket a couple of times. So I thought overall, it was a good experience.
Well, at the end of that first touchdown drive, it was veteran Keith Kirkwood who came up with the touchdown catch. But that was really no surprise to Derek Carr, as he said that Kirkwood's been putting in all the work in the offseason.
So Keith Kirkwood was someone, we had 3 lifting groups, and we would always lift at that 6:30 group. And at 6 a.m., I'd be like, whoever wants to meet me there, I'll be there at 6 a.m. to, throw these new routes and these kind of things. And Keith was there every single time. And, after practice, I always run extra. Keith, as you guys see, he's always right there next to me, running extra with me. And if we don't see each other, we make sure that we check in. Did you do it? All that kind of stuff. And, I think that it's his hard work and his determination. He's a veteran player. He understands what it takes, and I'm just really proud of him. To be able to get a touchdown, and I know it's a preseason game, but they still all feel good.
Rookie wide receiver A.T. Perry is a 6th-round pick from Wake Forest. You wouldn't say he has had a standout training camp, but boy, when the lights came on in the dome, he got it done.
A couple of contested catches. Thought he was able to, run down the field, put his foot in the ground, come back and create some separation, and then be able to make a catch in a contested environment. So, I thought he played well.
Well, we saw a lot of spreading of the football today, Erin, as that is going to be, it appears, the custom for the rest of the season.
Throughout the game, there were 15 different receivers that caught passes. That is a lot of versatility of your offense. They were moving the ball in many different ways. It's something that you're going to have to get used to as a Saints fan, and I don't think any Saints fans will be disappointed in that. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how all of these weapons are used.
Hopefully, our skill guys just continue to understand, like, one guy may have 10 catches in a game, and you may have 2. And that may happen for 2 weeks, and then boom, you're going to have 12. It just, we have to be able to play that way and play selflessly, and I believe that we have a group that will do that, because boom, everybody's catching the ball, bam, bam, bam. First plays for Chris, then we go to AK, then we, find Jawan, then we find Mike, then we, everyone's touching it, and then all of a sudden Keith gets a touchdown, and so everyone did the cardio, and Keith got the reward, and hopefully our guys understand that, that's just how we're going to have to play if we want to do the things that we want to do.
Another rookie making his debut with the black and gold was quarterback Jake Haener.
Haener started a little bit slow, threw an interception to start off his time behind center. Derek Carr told him, hey, no worries. I did the same thing in my first preseason game. Just settle down. We're going to win this game. Didn't think it was going to be done the way that it was, but Haener did settle in, and he was able to execute when it mattered.
I was proud of him. When he came off after the interception, I said, who else threw a pick in their first preseason game? He started laughing. And I was like, just keep cutting it loose, man. There's a long half. We're going to win this thing. And I didn't know we'd win it the way that we did, but I was really proud of him, and he's going to be a good player for a long time because he works really hard and he cares, and he's good. So I was really proud of him, and the more reps he gets, he'll just keep getting better.
Early on, I thought it was a little erratic, but I thought as he kind of settled down, I thought he got better. He's kind of that way. You guys have been watching him. He's got a little moxie to him, and when the game was on the line, he ended up getting us down the field and putting points on the board.
Erin, let's talk a little Saints defense. Again, kind of like the game, started very quickly and kind of went a little flat a little bit, and then when they had to make a play at the end, they did.
You couldn't have asked for much more from your first string defense. Lots of 3-and-outs. They had a 4th down stop, so they really performed in their time on the field. From there were a couple mistakes, but the key was they got some takeaways, 2 really big takeaways by the defense. It's something that head coach Dennis Allen was really happy about.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about taking the ball away, and I think takeaways are contagious. I think when you start getting them, they tend to come in bunches, and so everything's about the ball. We got to continue to emphasize that as coaching staff and make sure our guys understand the importance of the ball, both protecting the ball and trying to take it away.
Defensive lineman Kyle Phillips was signed to the team actually after training camp had begun. Little did he know that he was going to make the biggest play of the day with that interception with 1:02 left in the game.
Oh man, obviously anytime a lineman can get their hand on the ball is going to be the highlight of the day. So, but beyond just having that interception, it's the fact of when he had it. I mean, that was like the most clutch thing I've seen in the league in a while. So, but no, we just, everybody get on him and patting him on the back and stuff. But I just told him, I'm like, man, like, you must have been living right. You must have been prayed up or something the right way to fall into that in the late game. So, but everybody congratulated him, told him, good job. He's been having a good camp in general. We brought him on a little later because he wasn't here at the start. And he's picked up really well, been attacking each day, showing great pass rush, showing great ability, just as you guys seen. We're tracking that ball. And, man, I was happy for him. Obviously everybody was happy for him. I just told him, like, hey, I told all the young guys, this is your resume. And your film is your resume. Put it all on film so there's nothing left to question. And I think he did a great job of that.
Special teams, Erin, you can win games with them. You can lose games with them. Fortunately today, the Saints were able to get a couple of nice big plays, including the game-winning kick from Blake Grupe.
Blake Grupe, the undrafted free agent out of Notre Dame, came in and delivered in a high-pressure situation. It's something that head coach Dennis Allen was really pleased to see, and it wasn't only the field goal unit, it was the punting that performed today too.
Yeah, Blake Gillikin had an outstanding punt that was down by Kawan Baker inside the 5-yard line, set the Chiefs up in very poor field position, which the Saints did take advantage of. So good to see Gillikin punting, the down punt, and also Grupe coming up huge when he had to.
It was nice to see, Grupe get a chance to get the kick in that situation and be able to knock it through.
Well, Erin, obviously we talked about a bunch of positives, but head coaches are never satisfied. As Dennis Allen says, there are a lot of things to clean up before the team heads out west.
Look, we're in a race to improve between now to week 2. And we got a few days before we get on a plane and head out to LA and get ready to work against the Chargers. So, but we have a lot of things we got to improve on.
Well, Erin, I know you're excited. We're going to be out there in Orange County as well, as the Saints will have joint practices against the Chargers on Thursday and Friday before the preseason game next Sunday from SoFi Stadium.
And we will be there at those joint practices, which means that is the next time you can catch this show. We'll have another Saints training camp report on Thursday.
No doubt about it. Erin Summers, Todd Graffagnini, we'll see you from the West Coast